Good morning, friends. Today we're going to an estate sale. It's Friday morning. I love a Friday. I don't know what it is about that day, but the next 2 days you're not going to work. That's probably what it is. There are a lot of people in line at this sale already. This is honestly the first sale I've been to with a line this big that did not give out numbers beforehand. So this should be very interesting. I don't have a lot of time because I'm going to work after this. So we're just gonna go in here and see what happens and hope we can find something that's worth our time, if I even get in there in time. And I made it in. For those of you wondering what an estate sale is like, it's essentially a garage sale or a rummage sale inside the house. And there's not typically a lot of junk that people are trying to get rid of. But don't get me wrong, there's still usually junk. But there's also usually antiques or collectibles, nicer things that the family of whomever the estate sale is for doesn't want to keep. And estate sales aren't always for someone who's passed away. They can be for someone who's moved to assisted living or maybe just trying to downsize as well. I do think it's kind of weird people think that strangers will want to keep things like awards or certificates that belongs to someone they don't even know. But maybe it's more weird that there are people who want these things. Or maybe it's not weird at all and I just need to stop judging people. To each their own. While I was upstairs in one of the bedrooms, I came across this etiquette book on one of the bookshelves. I thought it was interesting, so I bought it. But after I got home, I did a little research. According to the AI overview from Google, Emily Post, born 1872, is known for being the authority on etiquette. Her work was based on common sense and evolved with the times, covering a wide range of situations from formal dining to modern business and communication. Her advice, which focused on thoughtfulness and consideration for others, continues to be the foundation for the Emily Post Institute, which still publishes etiquette guides and provides training today. How about that? It's now Friday afternoon. I'm off work. Thank you. Thankful. I'm so grateful. I'm off work. What a wonderful phrase to say. I'm off work and now I'm going to run some errands. The main errands I want to run are to go to some of my favorite consignment and thrift stores and just look around. It's been a little bit, and by a little bit I mean like 2 weeks since I've been in them. Two of my favorites are about 45 minutes away, so it'll be a little drive, but it's nice out. I have nothing but time, so that's what I'm going to do. Who else doesn't mind a mini road trip? Where I live, you really have to get used to it. If you want to do anything, you're probably going to have to drive at least 30 to 45 minutes. But that's okay. The best part of the drive? A little car karaoke. Now, obviously, the song you hear is not the song that I was dancing to, but I don't want any famous people to come after me for some money I owe them. But if you think you know what song I am listening to, put it down in the comments below. I honestly do not remember how or when I found out about this place, but it is definitely in my top 5 places to look for home decor. That's a thrift or vintage or consignment or somebody's used stuff kind of store. I do follow them on Facebook and they post frequently, and almost every time there is something in those posts that I want. So I try not to drive over here every weekend, but let me tell you, it's a struggle because they have awesome stuff and I don't know who is curating what and where these vendors are getting everything, but I'm here for it. A lot of the time I am just wandering around the store because there's not anything in particular that I'm looking for. I'm just looking for something to speak to me. But sometimes I do go in with a mission. Even then, I try to play it cool. I try to act like I'm not on a mission for that thing. I try to ease up to it like, oh, hey, there you are, thing I wanted to buy. Do you want to come home with me? In all seriousness, when you do find something you weren't expecting to find, a piece that you know will be perfect in your place, you know exactly where it's going to go, it feels like the best day ever. Maybe I'm taking it a little too far, but I love a good treasure hunt. Now, what happens when you don't find anything? Or maybe you've run out of funds? I present to you stop number 2. On your shopping journey, you might go to another store you absolutely love that has the cutest things like cat and witch hat pictures and decide you need to cool it on the spending for the day. But that's all part of thrifting. Sometimes you have to leave something behind and hope it's still there when you go back for it. And if it is, obviously it was meant to be. And if it isn't, it was probably haunted or something anyway. I cannot tell you how many times I've had to leave something that I loved behind and hope it would just be there for me later. In fact, there's a few things sitting at Diggs right now that I didn't pick up the last time I was in there. This time I had to leave behind this couch. I mean, just look at it. The pattern, chef's kiss. But unfortunately, it's not going to fit in my Volkswagen Jetta. And it's probably a little bit over the budget I set for today, especially considering I spent all of my money at the first store. One of my favorite parts about thrift stores, or really any sort of shopping in general, is the sales section, or the clearance section, or as I like to call it, clearance, because I'm fancy. Sometimes individual vendors will have sales on their booths, or sometimes the entire store will be having a sale. Either way, make sure it's a section you don't miss. In the end, I didn't get anything at this store, but I still had a good time looking around. There's always something fun and unique to look at. Before I headed back home, I decided to stop and get myself a little treat. Because why not? I'm taking a shopping break for snacks because obviously any good shopping trip has snacks. Have I had lunch yet? No, but I'm having snacks. So I went to the bakery, Japanese bakery. I got the cutest mochi ghost I've ever seen. And then I also got a miso brownie, which looks like a little monster. How cute. Okay, I wanted to eat the brownie first, but you know, the mochi is cold. I should probably get into that first. I don't really know how to eat this little guy. His little eyeballs gonna fall off. I don't know. Let's see what he tastes like though. He's delicious. Got a little powdered sugar action, but he's tasty. Okay, let's see what the miso monster brownie is tasting like. Also delicious. I'm not really getting like too much of the salty from the miso. Actually, I just got some. It tastes like a delicious brownie is what it tastes like. I have no regrets about stopping for these snacks. None at all. And now it's time for a nice quiet drive home. Just kidding. There was more car karaoke. If you enjoyed hanging out with me today, like this video and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to go on the best free fall date you haven't tried yet, click the video linked here.